he's struggling, eh? And I get that. I've heard that apparently the second kid kind of throws you for a loop, ends
Yeah,
up being the difficult one.
Hunter rarely woke up in the middle of the night. We're still trying. We had a couple lates, but nothing went through. Dude, I got to go to a fucking fertility clinic, man. I got to go to the little swim pool that you went to because there's got to be something fucked up. I'm fucking
Oh yeah.
43, man. So it ain't fucking her. She's like 27. She's in like childbearing years.
Mm-hmm. Trying to what am I doing here? We are live.
What are you doing, Nate?
Oh, I never know what the fuck I'm doing, man. Sometimes
You're
I don't
so
even
angry
know
when you
if my
said that.
asshole's
What the
pointing the
fuck I'm
ground.
doing? Oh fuck! Where's the thing?
Trying to fucking fuck. Where am I? I'm over here. Bouncing all over the show. But yeah, man, like I get for him, like it's not easy because, like I say, the second, from what I've heard, the second one makes life difficult,
Yeah,
and so you kind of have to relearn how to parent all over again. I've heard,
yeah.
but I'm not sure.
I don't think it's that. I think you just do it differently, which sometimes you don't have to. I think people just have this like urge to want to do it differently. Like, why? If it went well the first time and you don't have anything to like pivot, fucking leave it alone, man.
Yeah, I get that, but like I say, apparently the second one, he kind of throws you the curveball. Like you think you've got it sorted on that first one because the first kid was so easy, and you're
Yeah.
like, man, I've got this shit down pat. And then, yeah, you have a second one.
I wonder if any of my friends had like a really bad, well, not bad first kid, not fucking bad, just dealing with shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I know it gets easier for the second one for most people
Mm,
because they know, like, oh, I fucking dropped my kid one day. It's okay. He's made out of rubber, man. He's gonna be, he or she is gonna be fucking fine.
mm.
Yeah, it's just shit like that. It's just shit that you take a little less serious. Like when Hunter got his fucking toddler fracture, we're like, oh my god, they're gonna come and take him away. The doctor's like, fucking happens all the time, man. Kid don't even realize it. He just doesn't
Yeah,
want to put his foot down because it feels weird.
yeah. Look, I mean, I found it pretty easy, and I think it's because I'm the oldest of five. Like, I
Yeah,
was 11, 12, and still having babies in the house, so I kind of
yeah,
understood it. So like when Eli was born, um, he was in the NICU. I went up and the nurses are like, "Oh, do you want me to pass him to you?" I'm like, "No, I'm good." And I just scooped him up, you know.
yeah,
Oh, do you want us to show you how to feed him? No, I've got this, and just stuck the bottle in his gob, got him. And the nurses are like, "Wow, we've never seen a
yeah,
first time dad do this stuff. Like,
yeah,
how do you do this?" I'm like, it's a baby. They're like, "Aren't you?" I'm walking around. I've got him in one hand, one arm, you know, just walking around, multitasking, doing shit. And they're like, "You're not worried about dropping him?" I'm like, "No, his bones are made of rubber. He'll bounce. Like,
yeah.
he's good." So yeah, I found it really easy. I think Christine found it pretty easy as well. She's the oldest of four.
Right.
So, you know, like we kind of got it. But even now that he's eight, man, it's getting heaps easier.
Yeah.
The only thing we're having to deal with is lying. And it's lying over silly
Yeah,
shit.
he's got that fucking weird thing going on too.
Like, he got up out of bed the other night. We put him to bed at 8 p.m. He'll still be awake and kicking at 9:30,
Yeah.
fucking around
Uh-huh.
in bed.
Yep.
And so the other night we heard him moving around upstairs because of course you hear every movement through the ceiling.
Yeah.
And we've yelled up, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Nothing, just making sure the toilet flushes." I'm like, "What? Just get back to bed, whatever." And then wake up the next morning and there's a fucking floss pick
Yeah.
in his bed.
Yeah.
And so we're like, what are you doing? Like, you clearly weren't in the toilet. You were going through all the drawers and shit. You were
They don't
mucking
even fucking
around.
know.
What were you doing? And, oh, well, I was just, you know. And when it comes
But
to
Nate,
lying, I have
yeah.
this fire in me that just comes up and I'm,
Yeah, of course.
"Bruh."
Because it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Also, Nate, your 8-year-old who was playing with a pick and has no fucking idea what he's doing can also decide if he wants to get his dick chopped off. And we're just like that
Yeah.
Santa Claus, the fucking stuffed elf, all of it. It's okay.
What was it? Fucking Bubbles McDick or
I don't
something?
know. Fucking, I don't know. Bubbles be titty farts. I don't know. I just kept making shit up. And Mick always goes in the front. Apparently, they're all fucking Irish.
Mm-hmm.
Hi everybody. Fucking, it's just me and fucking Nate. Rob's out. He's his wife went down with fucking something, so he's playing nursemaid. He was like, I probably could still come. Like, we always do that. Every week there's a fucking show, regardless of what it is. I had fucking COVID. I still wanted to do the show. Fucking Nate welded his fucking dick to a fucking thing. He's like, I could still do the show. Like, we all just always want to do it. And we're like, just fucking stay, man. Like, take care. Like, look, if you pop in a half hour in, fucking great. But take care of your home shit first.
That's it. Like, yeah, talking with the boys is the least of the fucking worries.
But it also is the most therapeutic, though. That's why I always try to do it.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, fucking.
Yes.
Talking about Eli though, we had a bit of a boys' night last night, hanging out because
nice.
My sister Beck had her hens night, and so Christine got all glamped up, and they went out, played mini golf, and ate burgers and shit. Fucking Eli and I spent the night laying in my bed watching on Netflix. There's this show, Rust to Riches.
Okay.
And a really cool concept for a car show. You know, normally they'll build the bike for a client, and the client has all these specific fucking things they want, and then they build the bike or the car, and then they sell it off, right?
Right.
Whereas this show, they work on like an upgrade and trade model.
Okay.
So they'll spend like $1,000 on a beater. They will do it up and like really fucking trick it out and shit. And they will find somebody with something else, like another project that they're halfway through or whatever, and they will trade this finished piece for their project car that's worth a bit more.
Shit.
And then they take that project, they upgrade that, and they'll try and trade that for something even more rare. And then that will be their car
the
that
next
they
project,
really
and it just
fix
kind of,
up. And they'll sell that one off and try to get 6 figures out of it. And then they start the cycle over again.
Yeah, that's where you have good startup money. It's like people flip houses and shit. Like, you're not just getting into that and working a 9 to 5. You got to have a whole bunch of fucking money, because you got to buy a shit place, and then you got to fucking get it worked out, and then you make your money, and then you do it to the next one. But you're not going into that going, oh, you know what? I kind of need a side job. I'm going to start doing that. You got a couple fucking 100,000 in the bank, because that's the only way you're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way you're going to do that. First of all, like, I saw like a house, which kind of leads into that. I saw a house that was $116,000.
I saw that.
5
dude.
bedrooms.
You sent that through to me.
Dude, 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, the whole thing. Then you zoom up into the window, and you're like, the fuck is in the window? It's like a mannequin, because it was a fucking insane asylum. It's huge.
I didn't look at
and
that.
They're selling it for like ass white money, right? And it's just like, but again, fine, you're gonna buy it for 116. You gotta modernize it, or at least make it fucking livable.
Yeah.
Right. So the people that have that, that's like, you're rich and you want a side job. That's your side gig if you're fucking rich. That is not your side job if you're like, do I drive an Uber or fucking flip houses? It's not the decision that normal people are fucking making.
No. No, but again, to get that hospital and fucking fix that up and turn that into a livable spot, like, that would be sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. Enable shared screen, because it's not tangents, but I went down a rabbit. I like going down rabbit holes for the show. I started with like stats. I like stats. Even though you can't poll everybody, I understand that they're really weird sometimes. But I started looking at like different fucking like weird, cool stuff. Yep. Then it got to the paranormal, and that's how I landed on where I fucking ultimately landed.
Hey, Jai, thanks for joining us again this week, babe.
What up, homie?
We got to get onto this as well, hun. We got wedding plans to make, all right?
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys are going to get hitched out here, right?
Yeah, apparently so. So
nice,
Jai
man.
can get her Australian citizenship.
That's it. Do it for like a year, and fucking that's it, right? It's just like a green card, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. She'll get her citizenship, and then we'll move over the States. I'll get my green card, and then fuck dual citizenship
fucking fly
for
back
both
and forth,
of us.
man.
That's it, man. So what did you find?
Dude, out of the 30 fastest 100-meter sprint times, 21 of the athletes tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs.
Yo, really?
First of all, the steroid age of baseball was the best fucking age ever. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa hitting fucking 550-foot bombs. Fucking Barry Bonds hitting into the fucking lake, dude. Like, oh, he's just right. There should have an asterisk next to it. listen, the game was different all over the place. Like Babe Ruth he didn't have to go up against guys throwing 97 miles per hour.
Nah.
It was practically a fucking beer league, man. Like, yeah, I'm sure some of them threw hard, but like, it's totally fucking different.
But that was back when there were two different leagues as well, eh?
Well, there still is. There's American and National. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like, he smoked like 8 cigars a day and banged prostitutes. He was like fucking 75 pounds overweight. I'm not taking away from the dude, but like, if I go out into the field with like a couple friends and they're whipping it, I don't know, 60 miles per hour, I can come around on a couple of those too. And I was good at fucking baseball. But think about like conditioning and like weight training and shit. They weren't fucking doing that.
Nah, it's different now.
What do you want to do? I don't know. Let's go fucking play baseball. Let's start a team. It's become that. It's like if you put like, you know, a 1930s basketball player up against the fucking all-star team, dude, they're gonna run a fucking dude. If you cross over a white dude from the 1930s, he's gonna break his fucking ankles into like the next county. They didn't do shit like that. So I put steroids in everything. I don't give a fuck. Just who cares? I mean, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
anything in moderation
is
fine.
totally different than what it used to be, anyway.
Yeah, yeah. So like, look, I just watched a commercial for Hims. Hims is fucking great, dude. We're not like, look, this isn't a fucking spot. This is our first non-sponsor. They don't want nothing to do with us, so it doesn't matter. Hims is like, you can get all the stuff that you can get from the pharmacy. You don't have to go see a doctor. We will email you what the doctor says and give you all the stuff without the brand name on it. So they like Viagra, Cialis, stuff like that. And then they're like, hey, we have spray for your hair. It's got all the same stuff. It'll regrow your hair, blah, blah. I just saw that now they're doing testosterone shots that you administer with a fucking syringe. And they're like, call us up. If we think that you're okay with it, we'll fucking send it to you. They're not saying no to anybody. You can't, dude, people have to go get tested illegally because like the tablets they give you are bullshit. So if you're a gym guy, especially in your older years, everyone's on fucking tests because your body's not producing muscle mass like that anymore. But like, I just saw that. Now there's an injectable like fat burner that you can get. No. They're just letting everything fucking go, man. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck they're getting away with, dude. I went on for test because the one my doctor wanted to give me was bullshit. The only one that my insurance company would okay is the bottom tier one because my test levels, all right, this goes for dads, guys, and shit like that. My test level was a 9, not a 90. Not a 19, a fucking 9. The lady thought she did it wrong. The average is between 450 and 500.
Yeah,
so wow. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. They tried to give me the pill. They had me take it for about 2 weeks. I was still falling asleep everywhere, shit like that. When I got it retested, it jumped to a 112. And I was like, you can't get me anything else? They're like, insurance won't give you anything else. I said, so what the fuck am I going to do? Like, my life right now blows because I'm not getting, like, enjoyment out of anything. Meanwhile, these guys, like, take the injectable. We don't give a fuck. It's cash money. It's like $199 a month. Imagine trying to get through that through anything else. These guys are fucking great, man. Hims all day, every day for everything. And now there's a hers one, handles all the same shit. And it's like, this isn't called this, but these are all the active ingredients that you need. The rest of the shit is just window dressing. And I'm like, holy shit, man. Like, it's fucking great, man. Like, look, no one's getting out of here alive. You might as well fucking try to make it, you know, as interesting as possible. Like, you know, keep yourself healthy and shit. If you want to go to the gym and you're like, my body's not doing what it's supposed to do. As soon as I started taking it, everything in me, on me, started to react like I was 18 again.
Yeah.
Like sex drive, I wasn't tired anymore and stuff like that. Like everything, gym, fucking energy. I was like, this is a miracle. This is great. Meanwhile, you got to go through all this fucking red tape to get any of it. And the one that they do give you, at least fucking some insurance is like, take this pill once a week. I'm like, it didn't do anything. Meanwhile, these motherfuckers who like, I talked to a person on the computer, these are my symptoms. He's like, this is what we're going to give you. The shit was at my door like 30 days later. I was like, why would you ever go to the fucking doctor anymore, man?
That's nuts, man. Like, we don't have anything like that here, I don't think.
No, you got Hims out there. Like, you can get that shit out there, can't you?
I don't know. I'd have to look into it. Because I've been thinking of talking to my doctor about my testosterone levels and shit. Because
get that shit tested,
like
man.
You say, man, I feel constantly burnt out and yeah, man, it's bullshit. And I mean, it could explain as well my fertility issues as well. Who knows, if I had higher testosterone, maybe my swimmers would start swimming in a straight line and not fucking swimming in circles like Homer sperm, you know? But
yeah.
Like over
But back
here,
in the day, it's like, take this test. The fucking insurance says this. You can't get this test. Now it's like, dude, Amazon's going to have Amazon Pharmacy. You just chat with a doctor. They're fucking this, or we're going to give you this. Fucking doesn't matter. Like, it's nuts. It's nuts to think where everything's going.
But see, like over there as well, you guys have drug companies that actually advertise their drugs on TV, right? So then you can go to the doctor and say, hey, I think this would be a good suit for me.
Yeah, but they won't give it to you unless that's who's endorsing them. Like when I went
Yeah, because they've also got drug reps that they have to fucking please and all that shit as well. And like just the whole pharmaceutical thing in the States is so fucking backwards to me. Like there was that dickhead that bought that fucking AIDS medication, that HIV medication. It was like $13 a pill, and then jacked it up to over like 1,300 or whatever it was. Yeah,
people are fucking pieces of shit. Like I watched Jackpot last night with Aquafina and John Cena, who is now known as Aquacina. And it's some movies have been done like this before. In California, you get a lottery ticket and you scan your finger, and if you win and you make it to sundown, you get whatever it is. Aquafina was running $3.6 billion. That's what she would have got. But as soon as you scan it, a drone comes over, and if you kill the person with that ticket, you get their fucking jackpot. So shit. As soon as she gets it, everyone starts like fucking chicks are throwing their fucking high heels at her, trying to kill her and shit like that. And I'm like, that's where we're going. Like, I just think that's fucking where we're going, especially with stuff like that. Anyway, so then I started to go down like the weirdness rabbit hole, right? So I have 4 very interesting stats, particularly about, I think it's Americans, it might be everywhere. 70% of Americans believe in angels.
Okay.
Actual fucking angels. But they believe in like the ones drawn by like Gustave Doré, not what the Bible describes them as, which is just a series of wings with eyes in the wings. They're really fucking terrifying.
They're terrifying, like, man.
Like 70% of people. We have proven that aliens exist. They laid it out there like, yes, this is the thing we've been talking to. Take a guess on how many people, angels they've never fucking seen before. 70% of Americans believe in fucking angels. How many Americans do you think believe aliens exist?
15%.
57.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you lowballed, but I'm going to make that statement again. 70% of people believe angels exist. 57% who have now seen on fucking TV, we have aliens. There's a whole fucking force that deals with it. We don't know what they want. We send shit back and forth. We don't know, but they're out there. 57 fucking percent, which means but we're dealing right now with politics. The truth is in your face, and you go, no. The fuck you mean no?
But again, I've been thinking about this a little bit lately, and you know, I've had my tinfoil hat on. You look at shit like everybody freaks out. Oh, the Simpsons predicted this and predicted that.
Yeah.
What if and I'm starting to believe there's more every day, more and more, that there's a deep state thing happening. It's not just...
that's why I looked up all this stuff for you today, because I know that you'd have a fucking great time with it.
Oh, so, yeah. So, again, they're putting this shit on TV, so we see it and go, yeah, all right. And then when it really fucking happens, we're like, oh, yeah, well, I'm not surprised. I've seen it, like, I've seen it before. It was on TV, it got predicted. Like, whoa, how uncanny. But I swear that they are dropping all that shit in 20, 30 years before the plan is about to take place.
Right.
So then people don't lose their freaking minds. Like all this alien shit. I remember back in the 90s watching fucking X-Files, man.
Of course.
I loved it. I'll guarantee, man, in the next 10, 20 years, we'll start having aliens on Earth and people won't blink an eyelid. Because they'll be like, oh, wow, it's fucking Men in Black all over. Cool.
Yeah. And then when people found out there were aliens, Americans just went, all right, what are the Kardashians doing? Like that was like, we just found out that the reason why the Vatican was so against it, because they're like, well, if you say aliens exist, God didn't create aliens. It's not in the fucking Bible. People have like an uproar. You know what didn't happen? Any of that. The people who were like, hey, that's an alien. They went, no, because Jesus. Like, yeah, but it's here. Like it's something you can actually put your hands on and shit. Which then, here's why stats are weird and they don't really make any fucking sense. The next one is 50% of people believe that we're in a simulation. So let's do the math on that, okay? 50% of people believe that we're in a fucking computer simulation.
Mm-hmm.
But 70% of those people believe in angels. Does that seem fucking weird to you? Like, if 50% of people believe we're in a simulation, but 70% believe in angels, who do you think is running the simulation? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
who are they polling for this? Because that doesn't make any sense. And so 70% of people believe in angels, 50% believe in aliens. Guess how many believe in ghosts? Which you figure is low-hanging fruit, right? Like, that's the easy one.
Yeah. What, 20%?
41%.
Oh, okay.
41 fucking percent. So it's angels at 70, aliens at 57, which should be 100, right?
Yeah.
Fucking aliens at 57, and ghosts, that's their stopping point. But ghosts don't fucking exist. You think that winged fucking creatures made by a god, not the god, a god, exist. And they're here for you. They're fucking, they're helping you, and they're fucking putting you in headlocks and giving you noogies and shit like that. And they're fucking making sure your kid crosses the street the right way. But ghosts is where you fucking draw the line? Like, what the fuck? Like, does that make sense to you?
Well, it doesn't. No, because again, if you even think about it, right, like from a biblical, or not a biblical, let's say pin it down exactly, a Catholic point of view, right?
Which is most
Like,
of the world anyway. So
yeah, but what if you're one of the few that's in purgatory, right? Would you then not be a ghost because you're not in heaven, you're not in hell, you're in purgatory, which is still apparently on this plane.
yeah,
So would you not then manifest as a ghost?
yeah,
Like, so
So-
if there's angels, there's got to be demons, right?
yeah.
And then if there's demons, there's got to be ghosts.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
and
but that's what I'm saying.
I've enabled the sharing too, man. If you need to
Okay.
swing something
So
up, you can.
then I went into, so as soon as I read about the simulation thing, because I was reading a psychiatrist and a scientist got together, they fucking wrote a book. I got to get you the fucking name of it. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They started to make like these wild theories, right? And I hate calling them conspiracy theory because as soon as you say that, people automatically think they mean you're crazy.
Yeah.
Like, why is that the case, right? Like, I think that's endearing as shit. If you think there's more out there than just this, like, I don't think that's a bad thing to call somebody.
I think
I'll
it's
sit
called
down and talk
critical
to someone.
thinking.
Dude, I'll sit down and talk to fucking birds ain't real. Holy shit. Can you explain that one? Like, I want to have a conversation with them. Now, some people are whacked out of their fucking minds. I get it. But some of this shit I want to sit and listen to. Like, so you've probably seen this. Everyone has. So I'm going to run you through this fucking test. Are you ready for this test?
Yeah.
Okay. That sent me down this fucking rabbit hole. Do you know what this is?
Oh, the Mandela Effect.
Okay. There's 10 of these.
Yep.
We're going to see how many. Some of these blow my fucking mind, man. Now, here's where I'm like, maybe this something is oh, wait. I'm sorry. So the scientist and a psychiatrist said that one of the theories that they believe in is that the reason why we have deja vu, this gives me the fucking chills. Reason we have deja vu is because that's the last point that we lived to in a prior life. In that moment, you died previously. So if you're walking across the street and you get deja vu, it's because you were hit by a car or had a fucking heart attack. That was just the last thing that you remember, which is why then it continues on. I said, oh my God. Now, some people are like, that's not true. I'm like, how do you know that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we live in this fucking world of possibilities, how do you know that's not true? Like, what is telling you that? Because it's in the Bible?
That's right. I mean, I don't know if it's a simulation, but I've started wondering whether it's timelines crossing over. Like, I reckon, like, there was a massive switch in 2020, all right? And COVID was taking over the world, right? The world's consciousness and all this sort of shit. What if that was a distraction for the timelines to seamlessly merge, and now we've got this shit?
Now, here is why our new show is going to be called Fuck These Guys. I've done some research. I love to read and stuff like that, but we are not. Nate is an expert on welding. He will fuck your brain up with welding. I will talk to you about anything literature. What we're about to get into, we have no fucking idea what we're talking about. But I think that's the beauty of it, because no one knows this shit. So, Nate, you're looking at the fucking screen. Which one is the correct Febreze? Wait, hold on. This is going to be a dumb fucking question, but this shows how little I know. Do you have Febreze out there?
Yeah, we got Febreze. I've not used it a lot.
Okay, but you've seen the bottle before, correct?
I've seen it, and I think it's the second one. That's the one I've seen. But I don't,
Okay. Incorrect. You got to be fucking kidding me, because I thought it was breeze as in the fucking breeze.
Yes.
It is not. Nor it has ever been fucking Febreze with 2 E's. Motherfucker, I can remember picking it up at the store and seeing it with the fucking 2 E's.
Like the first one, it's almost Italian, right? Febreze.
Yeah. Never fucking do that again. But like, it's shit like this. And I'm just like, okay, the one that I don't think is in here. Did you know C-3PO had a fucking silver leg?
Yes, he did.
Okay. I fucking didn't. For years, it never fucking dawned on me. So, like, does everyone fucking know that? Because I feel like when I found it out, it blew my fucking mind. I was like, C-3PO had a fucking silver leg? I thought it was gold all the way down.
No, I've got a C-3PO doll here as well. It's like, I think it's meant to be like partially through his build or whatever, and he's like golden red.
Yeah, but I also remember having like the little one, the 4-inch one, like back in the action days.
Yeah.
He was gold all the way down.
Gold,
looked up a picture.
Yeah.
Looked up a picture. He wasn't. He had a fucking silver leg.
He did?
Like, that's fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. Because that fucked me all up. So obviously the thing behind this is a bunch of people thought that Nelson Mandela died. Died in captivity. So they're like, oh my God, no, he's dead. Because a bunch of people thought this way. And they're like, he didn't fucking die. He left and fucking died later. Yeah. But people are like, no fucking way. And that's why it's called for people.
Yeah, because I remember something that was like people thought he died in prison in 1991 or something like that. And then, then that was it. Right. But no, he got released like mid-2000s thereabouts, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2010, something like that.
Right. And because of that, people started picking up this shit. And I'm just like, yeah, none of this makes sense because there are things I clearly fucking remember. Like, clearly.
You know, and the hill I will die on is Kazan. The Sinbad movie.
I'm so glad you said that because that one's in here and we're going to get there. Okay, Curious George. Did Curious George have a tail or not?
No, he didn't.
Okay, no tail. That is correct. I don't know if I remember him. Like, I didn't watch a lot of Curious George, but people go crazy for this one. Yeah. Like, tail or no tail. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I never watched it like that. But you said fucking no tail, and no tail is correct. And I was like, I don't know anybody who was that invested in Curious George. Like, it was on when I was young, I guess. But, like, I wasn't a Curious George dude. So,
yeah, no,
I think someone said...
but I've seen the cartoon a couple of times, and even the storybooks. And I always thought it was odd that he was a monkey but had no tail.
Okay. Now, other people would be like, no, of course he had a fucking tail. Like, but again, right, to go to the simulation thing, how does that happen then? Like, unless what they're saying is true, that we're jumping in, like, back and forth through these super similar ones, and just in this one, he didn't. Meanwhile, we can have this conversation tomorrow, and he does, but we'd still be having the fucking same conversation. That shit, like,
yeah.
The other one that blows my mind is this. Nate, describe to me the color blue.
It's a cool color. It's cold. It's like you can't describe a color.
You can't describe a color without using the color. So I read in another book, the guy's like, what if your blue is my green, but I still call it blue because that's how I see it. Yep. Dude, that almost made me pass the fuck out.
And they can't measure whether people see color in the same way.
Correct. Which I thought was fucking super strange. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one fucked me up and still fucks me up because I don't think it's true. There's no fucking way. Is it Sex in the City or Sex and the City, Nate?
Okay, I know this one, and I'm ashamed that I do, but I always thought it was Sex in the City because that's how it's said, like Sex in the City. But it is Sex and the City.
Okay, I don't fucking accept that. Okay. Sex in the City is wrong. I don't fucking accept that. I remember seeing... No, there's no fucking way, dude. There's no way. I remember seeing fucking posters for it or like the thing, and it's in, motherfucker.
Oh,
it's
really?
In. It is not... No, it's not. You're right. It's Sex and the City. Fuck no. Fuck out of here. There's no way. I remember being in on posters on fucking all that shit. Like, how the fuck do you remember something so clearly? And maybe it's because it's how it's said. But I fucking swear to God, I only remember it as in. It like Sex in the City, like, you know, a bunch of fucking chicks and like that no one wants to bang, period. All of a sudden going around having these fucking things. I'm like, no fucking way, man. Like that fucking bothered me for like months.
Yeah.
It shouldn't
I
bother
mean,
me that
look, I
long.
remember when I first learned about that because for a while there I did think it was Sex in the City, but when I was with my ex-wife, she loved this fucking show. It was on the
Oh, that's right.
TV
You said you watched
constantly.
like all of them, right?
I saw, and I saw the movies. I saw a lot of it. All that girl TV, Runway, America's Top Model, all that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, she used to correct me all the time because she's like, no, it's Sex and the City because they're talking about sex and they're in the city. I'm like, but they're they're a
But they're
bunch of
sex and they're in the
women
city.
having
It's the
sex in the
fucking
city.
same thing.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that fucking always bugged me out. Like,
yeah,
I'm not
but
okay.
Jai even says it's always been Sex and the City. So
That's fucking crazy. Like, this doesn't look right to me. Like, this poster that we're looking at, it doesn't look right. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like, my brain is telling me something different. All right.
it does look off.
Which is the correct logo, Nate?
Oh, now this one pisses me off. It's always had the
Okay, thank you.
cornucopia. It's always
Okay.
had the cornucopia. I
It's
don't know
fucking
what Fruit of the
had.
Loom are doing.
You're goddamn right. Fuck this thing. The Fruit of the Loom logo had a fucking cornucopia on
It
it
did.
for as long as I remember inside of underwear having that shit. You're gonna tell me that it never fucking had one?
Well, look,
I'm not okay with that.
I've
I'm not
never,
okay
I've
with
never
that.
owned anything Fruit of the Loom. I don't even know what the company is. Is it clothing?
It's like underwear and undergarments
Okay,
and shit like that.
all right.
I don't think
But
they make
I've
anything else.
seen the symbol, and it's always had the cornucopia. And I've actually been going down the rabbit hole of this one because if you look at like their whole history of logos that they have put out, they're saying no, we've never had a cornucopia. But
That's fucking lies.
it's
There's no
lies.
fucking way. Dude, I clearly remember that fucking cornucopia, dude. I do. I never remember without.
While we're
That's
here,
fucking me up.
what is a cornucopia exactly? I don't even know
Isn't it just the little thing? Like, isn't it the like I don't know, like I know you could say it's a cornucopia of something. I thought it was just a gathering of shit with that fucking the shell thing in the back.
I'm not
Nate's
sure.
looking it up.
Yeah, I have to. In classical antiquity, the cornucopia from Latin cornu and copia, also called the horn of plenty, was a
Right,
symbol
for a
of
lot of or
abundance
plenty,
and
yeah.
nourishment. Commonly a large horn-shaped container overflowing
Okay,
with
so it is.
produce, flowers, or nuts.
Right. Okay. So why wouldn't it have one? Like based on that, right? If you're saying all your shit, if your junk and your dicks and your fucking balls and your vaginas or whatever the fuck you got down there, if it all fits, wouldn't it have the cornucopia in it?
Yeah, you'd think so.
Fucking
But yeah,
liars,
no,
man.
this is why I think we've had two different timelines or three
Yeah.
different timelines merging because they're parallel. They've got all these same shit, but there's these fine details that are fucking different. And I
Yeah.
do think we've crossed over, and there's us from the old timeline, and then there's the new timeline,
Right.
and this
And
whole
again, like,
debacle is from the
and
new
again,
timeline.
I'm a comic book fan. I'm a literature guy. I want that to be true. I'd rather that more than afterwards you fucking get wings and play a harp and you fucking sit at a table. Like, I don't want that for an afterlife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that. I want weird shit like this. I want it to be a simulation. I want to fucking wake up with Neo and they take the dildo thing out of the back of my head and he's like, the earth sucks and you could jump in and out. Like, that's what I want. Like, the old, like, you know, the antiquated, like, after this, you fucking, you know, sing Hosanna and shit. I don't want to do that. It just sounds fucking boring.
Dude, there's a British guy on Instagram, right? Who I'll send you the video later on. He did a video. It's like, what if we really are in a simulation? Like, there's all these small details that you didn't have to add in, but it's made this whole like bees. Thanks for putting that in. Like, we don't need them. We only notice when they're buzzing around.
Right.
But if we're in a simulation, like, thanks for putting that in, we get honey. What about clouds? Like, we don't really need them. They're cool to look at, but, you know, I guess thanks for putting that in. That's a cool little detail in the simulation.
Yeah. I was talking to my friend Tom. He's a carpenter. He's fucking great, man. He's one of the fucking most down to earth people I know. So when I talk about shit like this, he's always like, no, like, you know, because he's angles and shit, he can see it. I'm like, Tom, I don't know. And we don't drink. Well, he drinks, but we don't get high. And I'm like, where did roads come from? And all right, it's going to sound fucking stupid, right? But like, we've been building roads since what? 1910, 1850, like just recent, like it's recent, right?
What, like asphalt roads?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess so, yeah.
Okay. You know, no, it's not weird to anybody else that like we got them all over the fucking place. Like, when did that all take place?
Well, think
I'm saying,
about it.
like, and
I
he
mean,
said, he's like, no, I'll give you one weirder. He's like, power lines. Have you ever seen power lines going in? I'm like, fucking no, I haven't. He's like, they just sprung up all over the fucking country. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of
that's
fucking
true,
weird. You know
because
what I'm saying?
we've got a new development going up at the moment. And I've seen the earth being moved around, but I drove past one day and there were roads in there. I'm like, the fuck? I come up here once a week, easy, and I've not seen any of these roads be prepped, and suddenly they're
Yeah,
here.
and they're all and again, it's not saying this to sound ignorant. Like, I genuinely don't understand how over the course of what, 50 years probably, they
Okay,
all got
well,
together and was like, we're gonna make all these roads and all these fucking streets and we're just fucking all over the place. Like,
okay, but you got to remember the Romans were building roads,
yeah,
and
but like
thank you, Jai
cobblestone
and
joints.
Andre. They've jumped in and said the Romans were making roads. Yes, they were. But
Right.
here's an interesting fact for you as well. Do you know um why railway roads or railway tracks are the width that they are?
Why?
Because I don't know what the exact measurement is. I think it's like 5 foot and 3/8 or some
Right.
shit, weird shit like that. They actually set it up from the carriage, the wheelbase of the chariots, Roman chariots.
No shit.
So that's what the wheelbase was, and the chariots would run ruts into the roads.
Right.
And so, in order to get a smooth ride, the chariots would end up having to realistically like ride through the ruts.
Right.
Otherwise, it'd be bumpy as shit.
Yeah.
And so, when it came to doing modern roads and railway tracks, they stuck with that dimension.
It's weird. We take a lot from that. Like, the only reason I say 2,000 steps, I mean, it's 10,000 steps a day, is because it's a troops reference to the Romans in
Yeah,
marching. Like, that's the
yeah.
only reason that is, which is like fine. But like, that doesn't like, again, it might seem stupid to other people, but I'm like, and Tom, who's the most level-headed motherfucker in the world, he's like, roads thing. He's like, that doesn't even bother me. I want to know where overnight all these fucking power lines came from. Like all the like, I'm like, holy shit, yeah. Like, no one's ever seen that shit take place before.
Yo,
I don't know, like, I like,
we got people in the chat spitting facts as well, man.
go.
So Jaya said in the 40s we built a fuck ton of roads as part of the New Deal.
Okay,
Almost, and
I remember
also
that.
most power lines are underground. And then Andre's jumped in and he's gone, the Eisenhower project built a lot of highways. Um, and then, oh yeah, and then he said the normal wagons of the pioneers as well had the same width as the railroad tracks.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, man. But like, again, it's just because we've always had them. I'm like, like roads as we know. Like, I know the Romans, you know, the cobblestones and shit like that. Like, yeah, of course, I'm sure. I imagine that shit took fucking forever. But I
Mm,
mean, like the modern day joints. Like, it's just like, holy shit. I don't know. It's just always, I don't know, like fucking things like that I always think about, and then I get stuck there because I
yeah.
was like, I don't understand like the engineering behind it, and I'm
Mhm.
just like, oh fuck, like this is just really weird. All right, let's move on. Cheese it or Cheez Its, Nate?
I'm gonna have to guess for this one because we don't have Cheez-Its here.
Oh fuck, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I want to say I want to say Cheez-It because then you buy a box of Cheez-Its.
Okay,
Like there's more
I
than
always
one
called them
Cheez-It in the box.
right. I always called them Cheez Its with a fucking Z at the end.
Yep.
Always, I can picture the fucking box in my head, but you are right. I don't fuck you and fuck this experiment because I don't remember ever seeing a box that just says Cheez It on it. It's always been It's. And if other people didn't think so, why the fuck is it a thing? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if
Yeah.
that many people didn't think so, why is it even a fucking thing? Like, I don't know. Am I the only one who only remembers it being Cheez Its? You
Well, I think
obviously
it's
not. You don't
because you
fucking have.
go, but when you offer it to someone, you go, "Would you like some Cheez-Its?"
Yeah, but all right.
Which
So
is
maybe that's what it is.
it's the plural of Cheez-It. One cracker would be a Cheez-It. So you said, "Do you want some Cheez-Its?"
Yeah, and I guess maybe that's why it's translated over to saying that that's what was on the box. But that still fucked me up because I remember seeing a box with a Z on it because it's not an S. Like, that's
No,
the thing, right?
it's not an S either because yeah, maybe back in the day,
And
like in a
every
movie
motherfucker
or
remembers
something,
the
I saw it as
Z.
Cheez-Its.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. At some point, I remember
Like
seeing a box of these motherfuckers.
yeah, I don't
Yeah, man. So all right, I think this.
like. Again, I
Okay.
only fucking I chose Cheez It because it was logical. But now this one has me fucked up. For
Okay.
everyone says he doesn't have the monocle, but I remember
Okay.
as a kid he had a fucking monocle. I
Okay.
swear he did.
Here's why I think he did. In Ace Ventura 2, Ace knocks out the dude with the monocle on, and he goes, "You must be the Monopoly guy." And he
Yes!
has a fucking monocle. So I was like, yeah, of course he does. Apparently, like, he's never had one. Obviously, I had a Monopoly box. I checked it. I'm like, he's never fucking had one. So why did the guy in the fucking thing have the monocle? Like, wouldn't it make more sense if you want to call him the fucking Monopoly guy that he doesn't have one, but he hits him and the monocle thing is still in his eye, and then he's like, "Don't pass go. Do not collect $200." Like, he does the whole thing with him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I fucking
Like,
remember the monocle,
yeah,
man.
I don't think he does have the monocle, but I remember
Well, he
him
doesn't.
from being a kid. I remember him having a monocle.
Yeah, I like clearly. And that's why I'm like, and again, it's not like intelligence thing. It's just like why the fuck do so many people remember that he did? Unless it was on there once. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, people just
But
don't
I
go
think also is it the whole old rich man thing? Like you would expect a top hat with a monocle and shit.
But so he should have one.
You
right?
would think, yeah.
Right. Yeah, so this one fucked me up. And then I was like, but I remember seeing them on the box with it, but apparently I fucking know. So which is the correct? This fucked me up. This still fucks me up. I don't believe this one. I don't. Mirror, mirror on the wall. That's how we fucking say it. That's how it's been said. Or is it magic mirror on the wall?
I remember. Okay, so I've looked because again, this is my tinfoil hat shit, dude. This is the stuff I love. I go through this all the time. I swear I remember when I was a kid watching Snow White that it was mirror, mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
You watch
it's
it
even
on
in a
Disney
fucking rap
Plus,
song. Yeah.
If you watch it on Disney Plus now, and she's saying magic mirror on the wall.
But no
I
one's
swear,
ever fucking said it like that.
no,
No
I
one's
swear
ever.
Disney are going back and fucking with shit.
I think it was a Gravedigger song from like 1996. He goes, "Mirror, mirror on the wall." It's in a fucking song. No one's ever fucking said magic mirror on the wall to me ever. It's always mirror with the comma and then mirror on the wall because she's calling to it.
Yeah, well, Andre said it's magic mirror in Shrek.
Yes, but not in fucking.
I don't think it was in
I don't
Snow
remember
White.
that. Apparently, we're both fucking wrong because it's magic mirror.
That's yeah. I have no words because seriously, I thought it was mirror, mirror.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I found the clamshell, the original clamshell of, because I have it, I keep all my Disney clamshell fucking videos. I have the one with the dick, on the Little Mermaid. So the artist got really mad and he drew a blatant penis right in the middle of the fucking Little Mermaid poster, and it made it on some of the original clamshell tapes. If you look up the original fucking poster, here, look, wait.
Okay.
Here. I'm sharing already, so I'll fucking drop it on you. Hold on. Get this fucking thing out of here. I can't see. Okay. Fuck. Okay. Original Little Mermaid with dick. I guess that's the fucking best way to put it. Okay. I have this. This is like $3,000. Look at this fucking penis, dude. It's a triumphant one, too. Look at this fucking thing.
Oh wow.
Fucking string. It's right there, man.
It's all just. Yeah. Wow.
And then apparently they caught it.
Oh, so when you were saying clamshell, you're talking about the video, the VHS cover.
Yeah. I mean, I worked at Blockbuster. Okay. That's what we called it. It was like the big plastic cover ones that fold over.
Yeah.
I have this one. So it's going on eBay for like a fucking ton of money because obviously they printed them. They're out there. And then the poster's going for even more because they printed a whole bunch of them posters for the movie theater. And there's dicks on those.
But you're telling me that Disney are trying to say that it was never there?
No. They said it was there. The guy who made the thing just was pissed off or whatever, and he put a dick in it. And then when someone pointed out, they're like, that one looks like a penis. Apparently they talked to the guy and he's like, there's a fucking dick on there. So they try to like pull them all. But by that time, he already printed so many of them. So when they did pull the ones that they could and reprint them, there's no dick. Like the new one is just a tower. But I was like, that is a penis. It is right there, dude. It's like ready to pop too. That motherfucker, the head is really big.
Well, okay. So while we're talking about fucking Disney and Mandela effects, Tinkerbell.
Yes.
Okay, Tinkerbell flies over the castle, right? And that's the fairy dust.
And she does the
following
with the fucking right.
Bing! Yeah, they're saying that fucking Tinkerbell doesn't fly over the castle.
That is not true. She does the fucking circle, and then she stands in front of it and goes bling, and then the fucking thing appears. Of course she flies over the fucking castle. She's done it forever.
But apparently that's a new Mandela effect.
Fuck you.
There's no Tinkerbell.
There's no fucking way. Babe, no. Fuck that. There's no fucking way. She does the thing. And she goes over it, and then she flies in front of it and goes bling, and then it fucking appears. That's happened. Fuck you. No, there's no way. No, dude, I'm not accepting. No, hold on. I'm not fucking accepting that. Babe, in the beginning of Disney movies, the old ones, who flies over the castle and then hits it with the thing? Tinkerbell. Okay, so you're telling me that now the Mandela effect, the new one is saying she never flew over the castle ever?
No. That's what I'm hearing.
The Tinky. All right, here we go. That's her. Yeah, she goes like this with the fucking thing.
Yes.
Yeah, she's right fucking there.
Yeah. But like I say, I've been hearing that apparently she didn't do that.
Yeah, she does this little thing, and then she turns around and she fucking does this with the thing, and then the Walt Disney thing lights up. Yeah. Hold on. The fact that there's no record of Tinkerbell ever appearing at the beginning. Fuck you. No, there's no fucking way, dude. I have fucking videos. Of course she appears, because then she fucking does the thing. I remember the thing.
That was my favorite part of the opening of a Disney movie.
Drawing the logo and dotting the I with her wand before flying off screen. Of course she fucking does that.
Yes.
Oh, fuck you. No. Now, dude, you know what? Hold on.
And this is what I'm saying. I swear it's like two different timelines have crossed over. And then maybe in one timeline she did, and then in the other timeline she didn't.
Hold on. No. Fuck you. No. Oh, what fucking stupid ad. Shut up. Okay. And then she does the...
Yeah, Walt Disney Home Video, I remember that.
Yeah, but that's not the one.
That's not the one. No, it's the
cat with the
castle.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Cinderella 2.
No, it was in the old... No, yeah.
That's what they're talking about. But Tinkerbell did that and then came and dotted the fucking I.
Yeah. I know she fucking did, because she comes around and fucking does it.
But that's
okay, but that's clearly Tinkerbell. Come on, man. No, like, this is fucking with me right now. She's never fucking flew in front of it and did the thing.
I'm sure she has. And I swear she went from left to right.
That's what I remember. That's what she does. Yes, they are. So they did exist, because that's not a fake. That's what she did.
Yeah. But like I say, I swear, with this logo as well, she went from left to... I thought she went left to right and then came over and then dotted the I.
I know she did it with the Disney DVD, but this is one of the original ones. So they did. So she did. There is fucking evidence. It's right here. I remember that because when she hits it, the whole thing fucking disappears. These people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And then later, she didn't do it. She would just kind of fucking swing around, or like, then we just thought it was her because she'd fucking spin around the top and shit, but she stopped appearing in the beginning. Yeah, I know she fucking did it. Dude, you almost fucking crushed my soul, man.
But this is what I'm saying about the Mandela effect, is that it's so fucking weird that people are saying this shit. Because like I say, Shazam. It wasn't Kazam. Oh, was it?
And it was Shaq, and he was a fucking genie in a boombox. He did one. Sinbad never did.
No, Sinbad did one.
No, he didn't.
I swear he did. I saw it when I was a kid
It was Kazam,
with
and
Sinbad.
it was Shazam with Shaq. Sinbad was never in a fucking genie movie.
He was. Yeah. I will die on this
He
hill.
was.
He was.
Okay, Nate,
All
Kit
right.
Kat with a dot, or Kit Kat with no dot?
The grammatically correct person in me wants to say the first one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with the hyphen there. It's Kit Kat.
No, sir.
No.
Nope. Fuck you, because I remember there being a dash in there. Apparently, there never was one. Yeah, your face is the same face I'm making. I've seen this shit before.
Yeah, because the second one just doesn't look right.
No hyphen.
No, fuck
This
that.
one fucked me up too. Was Baloo wearing a coconut bra?
Yes,
in
he
the
was.
dance scene or not? Okay. No, he fucking wasn't. I don't think he was.
Or maybe I'm just remembering the coconut that he used for the snout.
I
And
think
assume that
it.
because he's got the grass skirt on that he'd pair
Right.
it with the coconut bra. But
Right. So this one didn't fuck me up as much because I was like, no, he didn't have that. He used the coconuts to make the mouth when he's dancing with King Louis. But he never had a bra on. So like that one I think is one of the more the most recent one.
that makes sense though. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just the brain automatically goes grass skirt, coconut bra.
Okay. This one, I know I've
Ooh.
said it like this. Apparently it's not. And when I watched the video of how it actually happens, it gave me the chills. Everyone says it which way?
Everyone says, Luke, I am your father.
Right.
But it's the first one. And I know this
I know
one.
it's the first one.
Because he said, you killed my father. And he's like, no, I am your father.
Right. But for years, in parodies and everything, it's Luke, I am your father. This one, I think, is not a Mandela Effect one. This one is just social, like it's just the way people, like we always said it like that.
Okay, maybe this is the same as the mirror, mirror on the wall thing, though. Like the words in the movie are magic mirror on the wall. Maybe everybody else has done a Luke, I am your father on it and changed it to mirror, mirror, and that's why everybody thinks it's that way.
If we're not being conspiracy people, yeah, it's probably just because, like, look, prior fucking internet, when you heard a quote and you said it, a bunch of people just fucking said it the same way. So I imagine that a lot of these are that. But it's still fucked up to be like, huh. Like, it started with the Berenstain Bears one.
Oh, Becky mentioned
like,
that in the.
I'm like, I thought it was
yeah.
Stein, man, for like.
Yeah, I
ever.
thought it was the
Apparently
Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
But apparently
Yeah,
it's the Berenstain Bears.
Which just doesn't sound right or look right.
No, I'm sure it's Berenstain because I read those books growing up all the time as well.
I think I still had some, and when I looked at it, because Hunter had one, it says Stain on it, and I'm like, that's fucking me up, man.
Yeah, look, like I say, I've said it several times already. It's not a simulation because the simulation wouldn't be changing like this unless they're deliberately changing the code, right?
Right.
It's got to be two parallel timelines crossing over somewhere.
And think about it this way: if the people who made it, like, they don't have to be godlike, omnipotent, omniscient beings. They just had to put us here, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, if there is a fuck up, it's like the Matrix, right? The only good Matrix was the first one. After that, they were all fucking complete dog shit. Mm-hmm. But the first one did a good job of, like, you know, like, some things just fuck up. Like in theirs, it was what if you experience deja vu, it means something changed somewhere, like in the code of whatever, right? Yep. Like, dude, you want to talk about a fucking part 1 and part 2, 3, and 4 that completely fell off? I never want to even think the other ones fucking existed. They were that bad. The fourth one, especially. The fourth one became like a social justice warrior rally cry, like, because both the Wachowski sisters have both decided that they're trans women. Great, that's fine. But then in the new one, oh, Neo wasn't the one. It was Trinity the whole time. Like, why do you have to do that? Like, just because what you made a decision in your life, now you want to switch it all up? So apparently Neo was nothing, could be nothing without Trinity, which makes no sense because this motherfucker's the one that's flying all around and doing all the rest of that shit. So they changed that in the newest one. And Neil Patrick Harris is in it. People love that. He's a fucking asshole. When this chick died, the singer, Amy Winehouse, for his fucking party, he had a dead fucking like a full-size dead Amy Winehouse cake.
The fuck? Why?
Yeah, dude, he's an asshole to fucking people. He called Jay Muse a fucking crackhead or something. I'm like, holy shit, man. Yo, he's a total dick. And everyone's like, I love NPH. NPH is a fucking cocksucker. He's an asshole. And people let him get away with all kinds of shit. Yeah, man. He had a whole Amy Winehouse fucking death cake on like a Halloween party. Like right after she died, man. And he's notorious for doing shit like that. And people keep giving him fucking passes. It's fucking annoying. He's not even fucking funny, dude. The best thing he did was Doogie Howser. Other than that, he sucks.
Yeah. Now, did you know that, or I've heard this one anyway, that apparently The Matrix is like a prequel to The Terminator?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I believe so anyway. That's what I've heard.
Wait, speaking of conspiracy, and I know we're running out of time, so maybe we'll bring this up again with Rob. I love fan theories. They're my favorite, especially well thought out ones. Like in Groundhog's Day, Ned is the devil, and he's making Bill Murray relive the same day over and over again until he signs a life insurance policy, and then he allows him to continue with the rest of his life. I thought that was kind of cool. But the one I really like, because I'm a huge fan, was the one about Labyrinth.
Okay.
The Labyrinth fucking fan theory is one of my favorite ones. So he's finding this one girl with the same name. I forgot what her name was. What the fuck was her name? I know it's Jennifer Connelly. What was her fucking character's name?
Ah, fuck if I can remember.
Okay, well, she obviously gets sucked in, and there's fucking goblins all over the place, right? He's the fucking Goblin King.
Yeah.
At one point, she drops down into a trash heap, and a girl's there with a bunch of her belongings on her back, and she starts to pack them on top of Homegirl.
Yeah.
Right?
Sarah Williams.
Sarah, right? Oh, Sarah. Oh, yeah, Sarah. And if the baby stays in the labyrinth from more till past midnight, he becomes a goblin, right? He's now owned by the fucking Goblin King.
Okay.
So the theory is that Jareth has gone to all of these people to try and find the right Sarah, and when it's not the right one, they turn into these fucking haggard chicks with these things on their back, collecting what's left of their lives. So but he's always gotten the wrong one. So all the goblins in the Goblin Kingdom were all kids that he stole from girls named Sarah that were never the right one. So
that's gnarly.
Yeah, that's dope, right? So his whole army is built on kids who've transformed. Yep. Except for this one that actually fucking beat him. And I was like, that makes sense, because the chick that's walking around has like normal stuff on her back, like dolls and shit like that. And she's like, oh, you know this doll, this is your favorite doll. And he's starting to put it in, and the chick is putting it on Sarah's back, because she's like, oh, well, you're just the next one. Come on, we're putting all this shit on your back. I said, that's fucking bugged out, man. I really like that one a lot.
That's a fucking cool thought.
Yeah. But that's it, man. It's fucking hour. So thanks for the deep dive into our fucking, or we don't fucking know what we're talking about. Fuck these guys. But it was fun conversation. Yeah. So if you believe in angels and don't believe in ghosts, you're fucking dope.
Yeah.
If you believe in angels and you don't believe in aliens, you're even dopier.
Check the group chat real quick, man. So Beck was in the chat. I don't know if she's still with us. She sent me a couple of bits and pieces.
Okay.
And I think you might actually dig it.
I'm not in that one. The only one I have. Oh, you mean the logo and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
She's already started making fucking koozies, man.
Oh, she's fucking great, man.
So we've already got "fuck these guys" merch happening, apparently.
Nice. Also, if and this isn't political, this is a genuine person thing. If you laughed or made fun of Gus Waltz crying for his dad, you can get the fuck off the show. Like, if you're a fan and you thought that shit was cool, it doesn't matter if he's neurodivergent or not.
What did I miss?
The kid. So Gus Waltz.
This is Tim Waltz's son?
His son has got, I don't know what it is. I think he's on the spectrum, right? So at one point during it, he starts crying and he's like, that's my dad. That's my dad. Just an awesome father-son moment. The Republican, well, actually, it's not like the the cultists got their hands on it, and this chick Marjorie Green or whatever, that fucking psychopath, is like, this is just a little weird, and now people are making fun of him because he was crying because his dad was achieving something. How hurt did you have to be as a fucking child that you think it's weird that a son is crying because he's fucking proud of his dad? That's what's going on right now.
Are you for real?
Yep. And then when people found out that he's autistic, then they started to backpedal. I'm like, so just making fun of someone who's proud of their dad and crying over it, that you thought was okay. When you find out the kid's all fucked up in the head.
Well, then, yeah, that's fucked up, man. Like, why can't you be a neurotypical person and cry because you're proud of something your family is doing?
How about, like, when my son does something, I'm gonna get up and cry because I'm proud of my kid. Like, how fucking heartless do you have to be like, my son doesn't cry for me? Then you're a fucking asshole, man. Like, you got to get your shit checked. Because if I do something awesome and my son cries for it, that's fucking amazing, man. There's nothing wrong with having emotions. So yeah, dude, if you got a chance, look it up. The shit that these motherfuckers were saying, and of course it's everybody in a fucking pickup truck in Oakley is talking about, oh, that's not how fucking men. Man, fuck you, dude.
Look, I remember, I think there was only once I really cried for my dad. And it wasn't because he did anything fucking fantastic or anything, but we hadn't seen him for a few months because he had gone ahead to, I can't remember which way we were moving. It was either from Australia to New Zealand or New Zealand back to Australia. But he'd fucked off before the rest of the family to get things set up and whatnot.
Right.
And then he came back to collect us, you know, pack up the house and everything and move everything over and whatnot.
Yeah.
He got to the airport, man. I fucking bolted, hugged him.
Of course.
I was bawling my fucking eyes out. So I hadn't seen my dad for a couple of months.
Of course.
You know?
And there's not, so you're not allowed to have emotions for your dad? Like, dude, these were also the same people that when Superman was hugging his son, Jonathan Kent, his son had his head on his dad's chest and Superman was hugging him like this. They went after that. Men don't hug other men like that. I wouldn't hug my son like that. Who hurt you?
Who the fuck hurt you? Yeah.
Like, who the fuck hurt you? Because you're not showing emotion. Now, Tom Brady kissing his dad on the lips, little fucking weird.
Yeah, I wouldn't be kissing
my
my
weird.
dad
I'm
on
Italian.
the lips.
We kiss people on the cheek all the time. Men doesn't matter. Like, that's just what we do. But like, that was a long kiss on the lips for a fucking father, right?
Yeah.
So like, stuff like that's weird. But a kid crying for his dad, whether he's got a mental disability or not, is not fucking weird, man. And these motherfuckers went at this kid like crazy because it's weakness. Dude, you fucking kidding me, dude?
Okay, well, do you want to... Here's a fucking little piece of info that might blow your fucking mind. Do you know why so many men have anger issues?
Because they bottle everything up?
How often were you told growing up men don't cry? Boys don't cry. Man up.
Dude, there was a song about it.
We don't know how... So we don't know how to cry, right?
Yeah.
So when we want to cry, when we're upset, we don't know how to let that out healthily. So what do? We fucking yell, we scream, we get angry. Why? Because anger and rage, it projects like an air of strength, an air of respect. You're fearful of the angry dude, right?
Right.
But a man goes and cries, well then that respect just fucking flies out the goddamn window.
I'll tell you this, and everyone who listens to us or anyone who finds the show in the future, every Sunday, it's going to be bad tomorrow because I've had Hunter for about 3 weeks. Every Sunday that I drop that fucking kid off, I keep his door open, I keep his computer on, and I fucking cry almost every Sunday because he's not here.
Yeah, it feels like, okay? And at least if he's got his shit on, it feels like he's still there in a way.
Yeah. So if you still think that, and you're not hurting anybody, think however you want. I don't give a fuck, right? But the same guys who say that are the same ones who fucking cry when the college football team that they love wins a fucking trophy.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about misplaced fucking emotion? You won't cry at your kid's graduation because you don't want him to fucking see that. But when your hockey team wins, you can fucking bawl all over the place because that's okay and that's acceptable. Go fuck yourself. Like, you need help, motherfucker. Like, for real. Because if you're not crying because your kid did something cool, if you're not crying because you spent a lot of time away from your kid, guess what? You don't fucking love them. There, I said it. I said it. If you leave your kid for an extended period of time and then you come back, but like we see it all the time, right? With like the military guy who comes back and his kid doesn't know that it's him and he turns around and he fucking starts crying. If that's not you and you're like, son, don't cry, I'm just back, you're fucking like, there's something wrong with you. And you're damaging your kid because your kid wants to cry because he misses you and you tell him not to, you're a fucking asshole. Period.
Yeah, look, we have this with Eli. Like he will cry at the drop of a hat, and I mean he's a boy. It's going to happen, and I mean I think it's beautiful on one hand because at least he's able to still do that and be able to fucking really feel his shit. But then on the other hand as well, it's like, okay, mate, you're 8 now. We don't need to be crying. Like, yeah, we're not happy that something doesn't pan out, but we don't need to be
right.
crying at the drop of the hat.
So that's your reaction.
Time.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm trying to work with him with that, where it's like, okay, look, yeah, I know the situation sucks, but we can't just stop and start crying. We got to work out a solution and move forward with this.
Right.
But I've not once told him, boys don't cry. Like, stop crying.
Dude.
Men don't cry. And that's why I let him, as much as I hate it, I let him see me cry. I don't want him to see me as weak, obviously, but that's what's been fucking hammered into me. Is that,
look, if your litmus test, right? If your bar for weakness is crying because you're emotional, and not you're a dad who takes care of your fucking family and works 3 jobs, or strength isn't your bench press, right? Or strength isn't if you can knock a guy out. If your bar for strength is not letting water leave your fucking eyes, you might have to rethink your fucking existence, man.
And on a similarly related note as well, I saw a clip the other day. I think it was like a TikTok stitch or whatever, where the woman turned around. She goes, "What will happen to girls if you don't show them the love and the emotion that they need?" And this guy stitched it, and he goes, "Well, then they'd know how it feels like to be a son."
Oh,
and I was like,
yeah.
"Oh,
wow.
fuck.
Wow.
Like, that's true.
That's yeah.
Like, being a son is no fucking easy task, but...
You know what? I think that... Look, wait a minute. I got a good fucking bit. Because I said it wrong. It's not... Skits is something that you plan out. Bits are just things that you put in. So we do bits. We don't do skits. Here's what I think we should do. I think each one of us should find 3 or 4 videos, right? Onion cutting ninja motherfuckers. And we have to share our screen. And we got to play them. And we have to see who to fucking get through them without fucking crying, dude. Next episode is the all-tier show. Because I got some fucking doozies, man. I got some fucking good ones.
Yeah, well, next episode is going to be the last episode for this podcast.
That's right. That's right. Oh, yeah, and your friend is coming on, right?
Yeah, Simon's going to come on. I know you mentioned we might get a couple of people in as well. We'll see. We're going to play this last episode by ear.
So let's just have that one be a discussion. I do think the crying show has to fucking happen.
We will do
I'm like,
that.
fuck these guys. Like, yep. I think that's a good one. Oh my God.
I'm
dude,
all for
look.
that. Because if look, again, you and I, and Rob as well, we've always been the type that we practice what we preach. Like, we're going to sit here and say, how dare you, have a joke about a kid crying and shit like that. No, fuck you. We'll come on the show. We will cry ourselves. And I mean, we're all fucking pretty big guys. We're all, I would say we're manly men.
Yeah.
Manly men.
Right.
But, yeah, no, we could do that. That's a great idea.
And again, got into a lot of fights, right? So if I beat your fucking ass up, but I cry over a movie, you're going to say I'm less of a man than you? I just wiped the fucking floor with you, man.
Do you know what,
man? Like,
you know what movie gets me every fucking time?
What?
Mr. Holland's Opus.
Dude, save this conversation. Get them fucking clips together. Because I got news for you. I cannot watch the first 15 minutes of Up without fucking ugly face crying. I can't fucking do it.
I know.
I can't do it.
I'm the same.
Can't do it. Or, oh my God, wait a minute. Wait. The weightlifter who lost his wife.
Oh,
did you see this fucking video with the cartoon?
And then he went and fucking won gold.
Yeah, but did you see the cartoon that someone made?
Yes, and it was
With
like
him
he's there, and then had his like the cartoon, the ghost of his wife jump on the bar too. And
I can't fucking do it, dude. I can't even fucking think about it. I can't even think about it because like he's struggling and shit, and then the extra ghost hands appear. Oh fuck, dude. Oh, this show's gonna be good.
Yeah.
This show's gonna be good.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap it up for today.
Oh, fuck you. I'm a man. goddammit.
Hooah!
I'm gonna go fucking beat somebody up and fucking tell my wife to get in the kitchen and fucking whatever. All right. Fuck you guys. Peace.
Yeah, all right, we're out of here. We love you guys. Hey, look, make sure you join us next week. This next week will be our last episode. We're wrapping up on episode 125 for Not So Secret Dad's Business.
But we're not going anywhere. We're just changing it up. Same fucking three idiots are going to be talking about the same shit.
Yep, we're just... Look, the whole idea of changing the podcast was because Not So Secret Dad's Business was a dad-centric show, and
right, and it was guest-driven.
And it was guest-driven, and even with us, like, we did a lot of dad shit, but now we've kind of we've talked out all that dad shit. Like, we come in each week, we're like, what you do this week? And we've run out of that dad stuff.
Right, and unless you have a new guest all the time hearing their dad shit, you're not really going to have, a ton of shit to talk about unless you scour the internet for fucking dad stuff. We throw that shit in, but we just realized really quickly that we're not a dad show. We are dads doing a show, but it is not a fucking family show anymore.
It's not a dad show anymore. So, fuck these guys. It's going to be more of a comedy-based show. And so that's what it is. We want you to come, have laughs, talk shit. And if you don't agree with us, fuck these guys. And you can do what you want with it. But next week we're going to have my buddy Simon Giles on the show. He was on the first episode. He was also on the 11th episode. So he's already been on twice, but he wrote the original music for the podcast and shit. Like, he's a really good friend of mine from way back when I was a kid. And yeah, I mean, even better to finish it up, it's going to be on the 1st of September, which is Father's Day here in Australia too. So I think it's just next week's episode, tying it up in a neat little bow.
It's it, man.
Number 125, finishing with the fucking first guest, and it's Father's Day. Like, what a way to go.
And then in 2 weeks, the second What the Fuck Are They Selling is going to be a good time for everybody.
Oh, yeah. Join us for that with Fuck These Guys.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to, do all the back end shit and get that ready to go. So anyway, guys, like I say, we love you. We're going to leave you. Show us a little bit of love. Send us, a rating on Spotify if you're there. Even on Apple Podcasts, if you want to give us a few stars there, that would be nice. Yeah. And just tell a friend. Even if it's just to listen to the back catalogue, there's so much gold on this podcast, man.
And we're sorry about the 7:30. We were just busy, so there was no Goon House starting at 8:30. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Oh,
we're also down a man, so it's hard to get anybody. It's gonna be a regular thing for Fuck These Guys. It's just an idea we're trying out at this point anyway. So that's all good. We'll man.
Try to get that going. Anyway, guys, we're out of here. Love ya. Leave ya. Peace. And that's that one. Done. That was fucking cool, man. How do you come up with ideas just at the last minute?